you're looking for a place that is not too expensive but is beautiful, and it's a great place to get your feet wet in European history and culture, stay tuned for this brand new episode of Away We Go as we venture to Czech Republic. Welcome. We're so happy to be live with you again today as we are taking on a brand new country, the Czech Republic. And today I am joined again by Lena. And Lena, I'm not going to venture to share your last name because I always say it wrong. So, how do you pronounce your last name right? Kuna. Lena Kuna. And Lena, welcome back to the show. I'm so happy you're joining us. So tell us a little bit about where we're going today. Yes.
There we go.
So this is the Czech Republic. Isn't it just a beautiful picture? It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And the famous river that runs through Europe and a few countries. We're going to put Lena's mic higher.
Can you hear me?
Okay, great. We're good. So let's get immersed into this European country. Of course, you're originally from Europe. You're from West Germany.
Exactly the opposite side.
So, but this is a little ways away from where you're from. Czech Republic is it's a nice one. Yeah, it's nice. And there's no place there. So let's get going.
Here's the flag, Czech Republic, and the wide stands for the peaceful nature and honesty of the people. The blue stands for true and lawful, and the red stands for courage and happiness.
I like the way it's a little different from other countries. That's so I like it. Right. I like it. So, Czech Republic became its official name as Czechia. Newest name is the Czech Republic. So we're gonna go into our PowerPoint, and then we'll talk about quick facts about the country, and then I'm gonna take you on the virtual show from Google Earth. So again, the name Czech Republic, and founded in January 1st, 1993.
Yes.
And as Lena said, is in Europe. It's surrounded by the countries of Germany. Well, let's look since we're already here. And it's surrounded by the countries of Germany on the west, Poland in the north, Slovakia in the southeast, and Austria on the south. And it's way up north in Europe, but it's centered. We're looking at right here where Czech Republic is, or Chechnya.
Yeah. Did you know that the Czech Republic is considered Eastern Europe? But Prague is more west than Vienna, Austria,
That's incredible.
which is considered Central Europe. So
That's kind of funny.
yeah.
Yeah, because Vienna is way out east.
Yes.
So yeah, Czech Republic. It's not a very big country, but it offers a lot of awesome things. It is a country of a lot of about population of about 10 million, almost 11 million people. The official language is Czech, but also German and Polish is spoken in Cheston. I've heard the language; it sounds difficult.
Yeah. Well, I can't speak it.
But a lot of people speak English. So
That's good.
that should not be a reason for anybody to stop going there, because there's a lot of people that will speak the language there with you. All right. What else do we have?
The currency.
The currency, yes. This is a
They are
good
not
point.
using the euro. They're using Czech koruna. Koruna.
Corona. I think it's
And-
Corona. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know either. But you get for $1 around 22 Czech koruna.
Corona, which means the English word is crown. So for $1 you get what, 22 crowns?
Yes.
22 crowns. That's pretty good, and it's significantly cheaper than other countries in Europe, because let's say France or England, if you want to take a meal, that's 50 euros, which in US dollars is, how much is 50 euros?
Probably 55
55,
or a little
60,
more. Yeah.
almost 60 US dollars. So you're talking about $30 a meal, a lunch. In Prague or in Czech Republic, you can cut that price to much cheaper than US to the dollars, and you can eat for maybe $6-8, have a good meal. So, Lena, what in your opinion, what's a good way to save money to travel?
To travel. Well, look and compare the flight prices, of course. And then maybe don't stay in the super expensive 5-star hotel. Take
Yeah.
a 3-star, that's also fine.
Yeah, they're not that different.
Or maybe in a hostel.
a hostel.
Depending on,
Depending if you're adventurous and you don't mind
Yes.
sharing a room with other
Yes.
people. There is also incredible, Fox, I don't know if you heard about couch surfing.
yes, I have.
Have you ever done it?
No, because I'm scared.
Yeah, I haven't done it either. But that's another option. Couch surfing. It's very used in Europe. People rent their couches or their parts of their apartments, and you can pay a very small fee of €5 or something like that, and you can sometimes they're even free, and you can just come in if you're backpacking and stay in somebody's home. So that's another way.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's go to Google Earth and let's take a view from where we are. And here is where we are, and let's find where Czech Republic is. So this is the American continent, and here is Africa. In the north of Africa, we have Europe. We're looking right here at Europe, and let's zoom into Europe, and you begin to see here the breakdown of the countries. And we're gonna go right in Central Europe, and there is, you see Germany and Poland, which are huge countries, and then right in between, south of them is, which used to be a kingdom, the Czech kingdom, right? Which was known as Czechoslovakia, which
Yes.
was part of Austria, and because of the war and different things, it broke down, and it's now the country. So this is right here where you see the country of the Czech Republic, the Republic of Czech, and the capital it's Prague, which is right there on the north. It's Prague, and we have other beautiful cities around. So let's zoom into Prague and let's go through here. Well, anyway, before we go there, Lena, why don't you tell us what are the requirements to get into Czech Republic?
Since the Czech Republic is in the European Union, it's just a passport that needs to be valid, and you can enter the European Union or Czech Republic for 90 days without the visa. So it's pretty easy. Just get a passport and you can go.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So no visa requirement,
Nothing.
no nothing else. And so when you're crossing the borders between Germany or Poland or Slovakia, I don't know about Slovakia, but Austria, there is really just checkpoints, and there is normally nobody there right now.
There's
You
not
can just
even a
drive through.
checkpoint.
Well, they have like a little sign that says you're now entering Czech Republic.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
That's
there's a
about it.
sign, but
Yeah.
no one.
No
is there.
one there. So let's talk a little bit about the culture of the Czech Republic?
So Czechs are highly educated. Around 90% of the adult population have completed at least secondary education.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Yes, it is.
So education is a huge thing, similar
Yeah.
to Poland. The Polish people and
Oh.
and the Germans as well. You know, they value education a lot, and this is true to Czech Republic as well.
Yes. And also, ice hockey is the most popular sport.
Ice hockey. Wow.
Yes.
That I did not know.
I didn't know that either.
I know they like soccer, football.
Probably.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that this would be true, but Czech people are the world's heaviest consumers of beer.
Really? I thought that was Russia, but I guess they have.
I was surprised when I saw that.
Yeah.
Really.
Wow.
Yes.
They also have some famous tennis players.
Yes. Right now there are 8 female Czech players in the top 100 world
Oh wow,
ranking.
that's awesome.
Yes.
And the famous Jaromír Jágr, I hope I'm saying his name right, is the famous NHL hockey player.
When you say- and also Czech people are like to eat meat.
Okay, yeah, meat's pretty good.
Yeah.
I remember the meals there were very good, nothing to complain about. You know, different tastes, but good food. They do have McDonald's in Czech Republic, but it tastes different.
Okay, and how expensive is it compared to the US?
Oh, it's a lot cheaper because it was in the Czech Republic. So,
Okay.
yeah, not as much as it was in Germany.
Well, in Germany, don't go to McDonald's.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yes.
So, music is the most popular form of art, according to the Czechs. They're receiving a popular saying that translates, "Every Czech is a musician." And you know what I think, Lena? I think not only every Czech is a musician. I think all of us are musicians. At least I like to believe that.
Yes, of course we are.
You know that we were all born with a musical instrument. It's called the drum beat, because we all have a heart, and the heartbeat is boom, 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 and it has a rhythm. So we're all musicians at heart.
At heart, we are.
Yes. All right, let's go to Google Earth and let's check out this amazing city of Prague. So, kind of like what we saw when we looked at Barcelona, you see that when they were building this house, there was thought behind the building of a city. I've been to so many places around the world where they just, wherever they found a plot of land, they just build a house right there without any thought to the streets, the conditions. But you see right here that the Czech really put thought about how they were going to build the city, how they want to look at the buildings, and we're looking right here at some of that. Prague is a combination of beautiful architectural European building combined with also very modern glass and metal building, industrial buildings. So it's really cool. So we'll show you some pictures. So right here we're looking at the downtown Prague. Let me do a 3D so we can look at how that is. And most of the buildings have the same size, and I think there was a rule that said you could not build. Sometimes there's a statue of a figure in the cities, a lot of European cities, and the rule is you cannot build a building larger, taller than that, or even churches. So that's something similar that we see over here in Prague. There is railroads. Here is we're looking at the famous tower here. I can't even pronounce it. It's a TV tower that has an observatory and a restaurant. Let's see if we can get some pictures from here. And we're looking at the design, like I said, you know. Oh, that's nice. The hotels. You know, the hotels and the restaurants are not very expensive. So if money is an issue and you want to have a good experience and a good time, I think Czech Republic is perfect.
I think so too. To go to Europe and then have a less expensive country. Yes.
Not very expensive, and here's, you know, the different views of the TV tower. One thing that was interesting, because when I went there, I was driving, and one thing that you do have to be careful about when you're driving there is that the streets have railroads and there are trains. Just like in San Francisco, there is a train that goes through the city. You have to be careful to pay attention to those because you don't expect it. And I remember stopping at a red light, and all of a sudden the train is coming right next to me. And I'm like, what in the world? And then the thing that threw me off the most is that they drive on the right side of the road, Czech Republic do. But also, they have cars with the steering wheel on the wrong side of the road. So I'm standing here, I have the railroad on my side, and then this guy pulls over with the steering wheel on the wrong side. So that really threw me off, and I was a little lost there for a while, but no accidents. I was able to manage to drive there safely.
That's good.
There was something I want to show. Let me pull out here. This is the river that runs through Prague. It's the Elbe River, one of the major rivers in Central Europe. The basin spans from Germany to Czech Republic, Austria, and Poland. And in this river, which is a big river, it's beautiful. And as we're looking at it, there is a lot of bridges, and there is the most famous bridge on Czech Republic that we'll get there in just a moment. But we're going right here through the Elbe Bridge. All right, so you can see right here a picture of it from above. All right, let's go back to the PowerPoint and let's look at some of the pictures from there. Or the interesting facts that we talked about already.
No, we did not.
Let's talk about that.
Well, you already talked about the Elbe River. And it's also a safe place to live.
Oh yeah.
According to the World Population Review, it's the 8th safest country to live in the world.
That's good. That's good to know.
It is.
Yeah. One of the famous writers, Frank Kafka, he's a Czech, and he's a big deal in Czech Republic. I mean, people are proud of him. We'll show a picture about him later on.
Yes, and they have the highest castle density.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean that they have the most castles in Europe, but as far as castle density, like per square mile, how many castles there are, they do have the highest density of that.
And they have about 2,000 castles.
Wow.
In the country. Yeah.
Wow.
And also soft contact lenses were invented in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I was shocked to learn that.
Me too. I really didn't know that.
Wow.
And they have the 3rd oldest astronomical clock in the world.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yes.
What's the name of that clock? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember, unfortunately.
Yeah, but that is a really, really cool thing to see.
So do you want to look at some pictures of Prague?
Yeah, let's look at some pictures of Prague.
It's a capital, as we said, and roughly 1.3 million people live in Prague. And here's a picture of the bridge you talked about.
Yes.
The Charles Bridge.
The Charles Bridge. So
Yes.
this bridge is amazing. I remember walking through this bridge, and I spent quite a bit of time on here. The best time is the afternoons, and there is hundreds of people walking there. And the Charles Bridge has it has every so many feet, like at every different support point, there is a statue, I think, of the 12 disciples of Jesus. And they have a different statue there, which is really interesting, really cool. And then it has that little tower just before you get into it. And it leads you to the Prague Castle. So, which the Prague Castle, if we go to Google Earth, let me show you Google Earth. I'm showing a 2V of the Prague Castle right here. It's the biggest castle, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in Europe. You have a picture of that.
Yes, I do.
on the PowerPoint. Let's look at the picture on PowerPoint.
Just have one.
Let's look at the picture in PowerPoint and see if we can look at it, and then we'll go back. So there is the castle. What you look at is just amazing. It has a little hill that you look up. And now let's go back to the Google Earth, and I can show you more about it from here from Google Earth. So there is the cathedral of the castle. Here is the Charles Bridge, and I want to get right here a view. So the statues that I was telling you about, right here you can see where the statues are, and every 12 feet. And this picture must have been taken like at 5 a.m. in the morning, because I don't see anybody walking here, but there is always people populated. So this road leads you to the castle, which is up here, up north, and we're looking at where the castle is. And I mean, there is so big, 7 football fields can field on this castle.
7.
Yeah, let's look
That's
at some pictures from here.
huge.
So we're looking at where the castle's the plaza inside the castle. Here is the church. Prague is very Catholic dominant, and history figures like John Calvin and other Martin Luther also visited it and did some other work in here in this city. So anyway, let's go back here. I want to show you something so cool, Lena. So if you're here at the castle, you can go back to the Charles Bridge, which is right up here. So the Charles Bridge is right here. And oh, there's some pictures here. Let me see if I can show you some pictures from the bridge itself. There is the statues that they have. I think that's either in Latin or it might be in Czech. But oh, there's a lot of swines as well. Am I saying it right? Swines? No.
Don't ask me for pronunciation. We had this discussion earlier.
Yeah. So these really amazing statues are there, and so you go through this village, and then you get to the main capital, probably the most famous building of Prague, which is right here. And this is, if I'm correctly, this is where the watch is. Yeah, there we go. Here's where the watch is. Let's do a 3D, and hopefully we can see where, it's a beautiful, this was one of my favorite places. And right now, during Christmas season, well, I don't know because of COVID, but right now, this whole area gets decorated with Christmas little villages, and they bring all kinds of candy, all kinds of toys, and there are people trying to sell stuff. They even have live animals and menus. There's some little markets there, and then right on this plaza on the left that you're looking as we turn around, it's where one of the oldest clocks in the world is, and I think, yeah, it's right here. It's on this wall. We're about to get there. So Prague, you see that tall steeples? Is known as the city of the 1,000 steeples. There's over 1,000 steeples in almost every building. So it's a beautiful thing to see once you're there. So right here we're looking, and this is where the clock is, the astronomical clock. Let me see if there's a picture here. There we go. So this is what the clock looks like. Here is on the ground pictures. Really, really amazing place to just walk around and get that European feeling. You feel like you're going back in time. So here's a picture of the clock. Yeah. So if you are wanting to walk, this is a great place to walk. Let me see if I can do the in-person walking. There we are. And okay, well, so look, this is like in the Christmas time.
Yes.
And people are here probably taking pictures of the clock. So here's the clock right here. If you're looking at it from on the ground pictures, on the ground view, and look, and they also have this tree. I remember that.
Did you go there around Christmas time?
Around Christmas time as well, yeah.
Yeah.
And then back here is the famous building, which there's a better view for that. Let's get to that building, which is right up here. I don't mean to make anybody dizzy. But let's do the 3D and we'll see it right here. So you see it right there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to pronounce it. Skram Matki Vosiprettunim, the Gothic Church. So there it is. There is the Gothic building. Let me see if I can go to the front of it. But isn't it cool? The Gothic style.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's super beautiful. Like, I like it.
Yeah. And you really can't walk straight to it. You have to go through these places. But let's look at some of the pictures to the view of this castle from here. And that's how you see it. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I'm sure these pictures were taken super early because normally the streets here are crowded. But look at
Yeah.
this plaza. It's very European, you know, the old buildings, 4-story. And over here on the left is where the clock is. There's a little park there. I remember they had horses here, like the huge Budweiser horses.
Really?
Yeah, awesome. And here is some famous statues. I used to know who that was. I don't remember right now. And there is that famous building of Prague. So
Yeah.
when people take a picture of Prague, normally this is the main image that they show you. But it's so fun to walk through all of these little streets, alleys, and there is so much there to sell and to see. So anyway, let's go back to our PowerPoint and let's see what else we have.
So as you earlier said, Franz Kafka.
Kafka.
Kafka. He's from Czech
Uh-huh.
Republic, and they have even a head for him
I
in
know.
the city. Like,
But see, that's a perfect picture of what I was talking about. In a minute ago, we were showing you how there are the old buildings and the old architecture, and then there is modern stuff like this.
Yeah.
So in Prague, it's a huge way to see both contrasts of modern and old, and that head of Kafka, it's an example. So tell us, what did Kafka do? Who's
He-
Kafka?
didn't he write poems?
He write poems, he write novels,
Yes, I would say he's a writer.
and he was also some kind of businessman. And I think that picture of his head is right next to a building he used to work at. So
I just know in school I had to analyze his right.
You
Right.
did?
Yes, I did.
in German.
Yes.
Oh wow!
I
He's
can't
that
remember
famous,
this name.
huh?
So
Kafka.
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard that name before, but
yeah,
very important man. So
yeah. They also have a museum that exhibits the author's personal artifacts, including letters, journal entries, photographs, and 3D installations.
wow.
So if you're interested in authors and writing, that's for sure something you should check out.
Yeah, and apparently this image that we're looking at the screen right now, when you look at the side, it's not a solid. You see different angles from it because the creator of this image of Kafka's head, he wanted to portray like the mind of a writer and how different angles it goes and how complex it can be. So he tried to make the statue to resemble the
Yeah.
complexity of his head. I wonder what my statue would look like if I tried to look at my head. No, I wonder what a woman would be, because a woman, you never understand it, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I can understand myself.
Yeah. Well, that's good, as long as you can understand yourself, right?
Yeah, right? You don't have to understand us.
So, the salaries average for the Czech, it's about 26,000 crowns per month. So approximately $1,000 is the average salary of the person in the Czech Republic, which it might seem low,
But also the costs over there are
Lower too.
lower, so
Yeah.
it should be.
It's pretty good. But one good thing, I had some friends of mine that a friend of mine. She actually lives in Paris right now. But her parents went to university in Prague, so she lived in Prague for 4 years while her parents were going through university there. So she told me a lot of great stories from here. So yeah, it's not very expensive. Um, and yeah, so there are some famous Czech people. Czech people are, what's it called? They aren't famous for being famous. Nevertheless, they do have some famous people. Kafka's one of them, but another one that a lot of people don't know is Oskar Schindler from the famous movie Schindler's List. Have you ever seen that movie?
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List.
I saw some parts of it. I
Yeah.
haven't seen the whole movie.
Well, from that movie, he's actually a Czech man from Czech Republic.
Yes.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
Oskar Schneider. And also, I don't think I've ever seen. I don't know her, but apparently she's very famous. Petra Menkova. Have you heard her? She's a supermodel. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a picture of her. Another careful thing. So if you're gonna be in Czech Republic, please make sure that you don't call the Czechs Slovakians. Don't say, "Are you Slovakian?" That's one of the most easiest and fastest way to insult a Czech. So you can say, "Are you Czech?" You can say Czech. It's fine, right? But not Slovakian. They don't
Yeah.
like that because of the split that they had with the Velvet Revolution and all of that. Another interesting facts about the Czechs is that the country is divided in two sections. We have in one section the Bohemian area and the Moravian area on the east side, the Bohemian on the northeast side of the country, and it used to be known as the two main areas of this. But Bohemian and Moravian are also two different kingdoms that come from the Czech Republic. What else do we have, Lena?
Well, we have other places to visit.
Oh yeah, let's check it out. What other things we can see?
Well, there's a Lenin wall in Prague that you can
Lenin?
visit.
Wait, was John Lennon Czech? No, he was British, wasn't he?
I think so.
Anyway, there's a famous John Lennon wall.
Yes, and every inch has been filled with Lenin-inspired graffiti and Beatles song lyrics.
Wow, the Beatles really
Yeah.
took place there.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking to another staff members here yesterday, Diego Collado, and he was telling me about this incredible story about the Beatles. There was a group from Argentina. Well, yeah, I think they were from Argentina. Or they were from somewhere. But they portrayed to be the Beatles. So this was before the internet, before newspaper, before the images of people were famous, and they portrayed to be them, and they played and acted like them and did their songs and became millionaires by using their, not the same name. They added an E to their name, so the Beatles, and they for years they were acting like the Beatles, and people thought they were actually listening to the Beatles, when in reality it wasn't them. So they made a fortune out of that.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. Anyway, so let's go back to the places to visit in
Yeah.
Czech Republic.
And then they have a bone church.
A bone church?
Yes.
Is that what we're looking at right there?
Yes, the
screen?
second picture. It's
Wow.
from the bone church. And it's home to 40,000 to 70,000 skeletons.
Wow, that's
It's crazy.
weird. That is crazy.
It is.
Oh, Bone Church in Punta Ora.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, let's look it up on Google Maps.
Yeah.
To see. Maybe we have better pictures or more pictures.
Yeah, let's check it out. Punta Ora, which is right here. We're going into there. It's actually in the. Oh. What did we say it was? What was the name of it?
Bone church in Punta Ora.
Punta Ora. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Punta Ora. There it is. Okay, so we're going there. It's in the it's in another village. So let's look at that. Wow, look at that.
Okay.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
There's that church,
yes.
Church of Bones.
It's a little creepy. I don't know.
Yeah, the outside looks, cool.
But it's probably something to visit.
Yeah,
I think it's nice to just see it in real life. Like, I don't know.
I know, right? That's one thing about Europe. There is so many interesting things, so many museums and things like that.
Yes.
Punta Ora.
And it's like in a small village,
Yeah,
like somewhere in the Czech Republic.
that's cool. This is where the village is, and this is where the Punta Ora place is. Interesting. What was the other place we were looking at?
Before?
Brana, right? Provincia Brana. Brana
Here.
Krensko.
Yes.
Let me see if we can find that on Google
Here.
Earth. The Bone Church. Brana. Yes. Yeah. I think
There
I
it is.
found it. Oh, no, Google Earth didn't find anything on that. Not found. Okay.
Well, but I have a picture in the PowerPoint of the Giga Brana. It's the upper picture, and it's the Europe's largest natural bridge. I didn't even know we have natural bridges. But
Yeah. Oh, that is so cool.
yes.
Okay, let's look at the natural bridge, and that's the what's it called? The Mocha? No, the Provincia Brana Cresco. That's where the natural bridge is. Right?
Yes, that's the bridge. That's the
Let me see if I
bridge.
can find it because I think that will be a cool thing to see
yes.
through.
It's really cool.
Okay, I found it. So let's go
Found
to
it?
Google Earth,
So where are we going?
and we're going. It seems like it's in the north,
Yeah.
and oh, so cool! Look at this.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's out in the country. And let's look at some of the pictures of this place.
There it
Natural
is.
bridge. Look at that. Wow, amazing.
That's so cool.
Archery.
Yeah.
That looks like a little bit like Arizona.
And it's 90 feet wide and 50 feet high.
50 feet high. That's pretty
Yes.
high. That's amazing.
It is.
And they have this old building right there. Sandstone. Oh, look at that. And the rocks standing on
Yeah.
them by themselves. Really cool. Wow, you can see how high it is because there's people up here. But
Yeah.
let's look at some pictures from here. That's a great picture of how this place looks. There it is. Huh.
It's high.
I did not know that was there in Czech Republic.
I
Look at
did.
the forest. I love those trees because they're so straight.
Yes.
I'm sure the lumber is nice too.
Yes.
So this place, as we're looking in Google Earth, this place is, I think it's close to the border of Germany. It's close to Dresden.
It is.
Awesome.
So if I ever be in that region, I have to
It's
go
almost,
there.
it's almost, yeah.
It's almost in Germany.
It's, it's almost in Germany. It's right by the border.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty
All
cool.
right, that's another thing to see.
Yes.
Of course, Dresden, Germany. We looked at it when we did Germany some weeks ago, which is also close to Munich. And if you're a soccer fan, Bayern Munich, not Bayern Munich, yeah, Bayern Munich.
Yes.
It's from Munich. So there's good soccer out here. But this is like the village town. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, what else do we have? And okay, so I've seen that Czech has been split up and divided so many times, right?
Yes.
A 100-year-old person who spent their entire life in the same village in the Czech Republic might have been a citizen of many different countries, depending on where in the country they live.
Yeah.
So they're not Czech Republic, but they used to be Czechoslovakia, They were part of Germany. They were part of Poland. They were a protectorate of the Bohemian and Moravian. And they were also part of the Austrian and Hungarian Empire. They were also part of the Holy Roman Empire, the Kingdom of Bohemia, and the Kingdom of Moravia.
That's
So
crazy.
that's a lot of history over there. But
Yes.
hopefully Czech Republic has found peace and they can stay like that for a long time. And great. I think this is a good bit of information from
Yeah.
Czech Republic. Anything else, Lena, you'd like to say?
No, I think we summed it up in a good way.
Yeah, get your passport. As soon as this coronavirus is over, find a way to get there. I think with about $2,500, you can make a trip there and back. You can find good tickets. I know you can fly into Munich, straight flight from New York or from Atlanta into Munich, and then another short flight to Prague. And from Prague, you can take off to the country. You can go to the north and the south of Prague within 5 hours driving. You can rent a car in Prague. I recommend, they don't pay me for this, but Eurocar is a good company to rent cars in Europe. Make sure you do get insurance to cover you if you're going to go to different countries. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you got a little taste of the Czechs and the Czech Republic. And we're looking forward to seeing you again on our next episode of Away We Go. I want to thank you, Lena, so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having
And
me.
looking forward to having you in another episode. Thank
Yes.
you all for your time. Have a great time. Have a great day. And away we go.